time again, this shit won't stop.
And right now it's currently 5:53 a.m. You know, I'm up and at it this morning. I've been on my protocol the last month and a half straight. I moved into my first skyrise apartment at 22 about 3 months ago. And before that, I was on my protocol. But the first night, after the first night in the skyrise, I decided to sleep in. And after that, I was on a streak of wake up early some days, sleep in some days. Wake up early some days, sleep in some days. And I started to feel this anxiety, some sort of anxiety in my chest when I wake up. And I was starting to feel kind of off in my life, even though objectively, I just got everything I ever dreamed of. 2 years ago, I was at FSU, and all I wanted was a skyrise apartment. I wanted 6 figures, and I wanted a new car. I was driving a Kia. I got a BMW this year. And I got everything I ever wanted, especially at this age. But I learned a huge lesson. That the work is never done, and that comfort is the number one enemy at every single level. Many men in this world, they believe once you achieve something new, you deserve pleasure and comfort. However, when your life is going good and you're having constant pleasure over purpose, constant comfort over growth, what could possibly happen? Not life getting constantly better? No. Because when you constantly seek to feel good through external things like pleasure-seeking activities, comfort, like going out, that's what I was doing after I moved in. I was going out, you know, I was chasing women, you know, I was buying hookers, doing drugs. I remember I was smoking an ounce of weed within a week. I was drinking early in the morning. I was drinking a bottle of Tito's early in the morning, 11 a.m. And this time I didn't even know what was going wrong. Because, you know, and the people around me didn't know either. It was, bro, you're just being negative, bro. You just gotta just walk it off, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you. My life is way harder, bro. You need to be chill. But one thing about me, before I even got success a year ago, I'll always look at videos of people who got success and blew it. Not only did I look at how to get successful, I would look at what were the factors of people who got success and lost it, whether it was fame, money, fortune, success, any area really, sports, musicians, movie stars, social media. I mean, the list goes on. And, you know, I saw the sign in my own life. You know, I was coping. I was seeking external things to make myself feel better because there was this void, internal void. And I connected the dots because back at FSU 2 years ago, you know, I was there, unlimited girls, you know, 6-girl roster, you know, unlimited tables, the party king, you know, infinite fun. And, you know, people, they would still try and tell me, well, if you join a club or if you do this that I think would be good for your life, you would feel better. But I just kept looking around, I kept trying new things. And of course, I always just so happened to try the thing that wasn't right in someone else's eyes. I just knew I was gonna stay on this hamster wheel and I wasn't even living the life I wanted, because if within 5 to 10 years I didn't have the life I wanted, would anyone have given a fuck? Or would they just been, well, it was your decision. I got the fuck out of there. And then, you know, I kept working on my stocks. I even did a solar sales job. I did DoorDash. I did construction job. I did tree work. I did fitness coaching. I mean, I've always been the type to try 1 million things. And now to this day, I'm doing personal development coaching and stocks, and I'm scaling faceless pages. And, you know, back to the story though. About 2 months ago, I was staring there on my balcony. I was like, who cares? You know, there's nothing else to do in life. I had achieved every goal, and from the outside, I can see how he's just being ungrateful. What's wrong with this guy? But this is only something you can understand if you truly achieve success in life, or if you've done the research. Because, like I said, in the past, I would look at people. What made him off himself, X himself out, even though he had millions, further ahead than I am right now. People who had millions, I mean, unlimited everything, still ended it. You know, still crashed out, still fell off. And I saw it was an internal void. And the conclusion I came to is no amount of money, cars, penthouses, you know, girls, followers, no amount of these things can truly fulfill what's inside of you. Because really, in the end of it all, they're a reflection of you. You're the source of what you seek. You are the source of everything external in your life. And if the internal isn't right, the external isn't right. If the internal isn't right, the external will never be right. Let me put it like that. You can chase, smoke, chase the vices, chase the external things, keep buying things, but it'll never be enough. And really, the further you go into that void, it's like throwing things down a black pit and expecting it to fill it up. It's never enough, never enough, never enough. And you just feel worse and worse. And I saw this with myself, man. I was going out with people who, I don't even, hear this. This happens at every stage of my life. Once I stop talking to somebody, once I stop giving towards them, once I stop giving, the relationship just dies. You know, and that's why I realized in Tally, or even once I got here to my new apartment, you know, once you stop going out, once you stop paying for the tables, once you stop trying to offer to throw a party, where are these people? And the punchline with this is the people from my city or people I was around in the past, well, you decided to do that, bro. It was your fault for investing in people who never loved you. Fuck you, motherfucker. Because why am I even talking to you right now? This is how these people work these days. It was your fault for investing in people who never love you. How sick is that? How fucking sick is that? And people will use you until the last drop. So once I saw that, I realized it doesn't matter right now what these people think, because, if I become boring again, because this is what it was a year ago. Oh, he's boring. He doesn't want to go out as much. You know, I try to have some fun, you know, whatever. I'll become boring again. I'm at least boring as the only kid in my fucking city in a top floor skyrise while they're fucking living at home coping. Well, at least I can still party, and I still at least have a rotation of girls. Yeah, woohoo. Fucking pussies. Fucking did that shit years ago. Years ago. Even now, it's nothing to get a rotation of girls. But it is something to get some money. It is something to help out your parents. It is something to get up every single morning and make something of yourself. That's something. That's hard. It's not hard getting these little hoes who will forget about you tomorrow. These kids are weak, soft, and broke. And, you know, I just truly woke up because I saw myself coping. I saw myself drifting back into old habits. And then I just said, fuck it, I'm getting back on my protocol. I started waking up every single day at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Hell, the protocol in the past was wake up at the same time every day, the same 6-step routine every single day on the dot. Now it evolved. I've been waking up some days, some mornings at 1 a.m., staying up for the rest of the day. 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Because I realized the protocol is working every day. It's working hard every day. In the past, it helped me out. It helped me gain mental clarity. It helped me, you know, really develop trust in my own self and my word and my actions. You know, I'd be lying if I said every morning was perfect, if it was easy. Sure, it's better once you gain momentum and see results in your life, but really, it's never easy. Because right now, I could be sleeping in. You know, I have a very comfortable lifestyle, but I believe as a man you should inflict adversity in your life every single day, because you can't control what bad things happen in your life, and a bad day is coming for every single one of you motherfuckers, and you better be ready for it. You can't be the motherfucker who, yeah, I'll be ready, but really you're soft as shit. No, you have to inflict adversity in yourself every single day. Do hard things, get comfortable doing hard things, because life gets harder, and especially at the higher levels. If you're ambitious, it never gets easier, you just get stronger. And right now, I'm sitting here thinking, there's so much more I want to do. I'm grateful I locked in. I'm grateful I stopped talking to as many people. I stopped hanging out around as many people who were just taking, who really didn't even want me to be that successful. Because that's another thing. I got sick of the slight jokes, the passive aggressive jokes, behavior. People, you can feel their negative energy. And you know, the people around me, well, dude, are you sure you're not being negative? Once I looked at it, I was like, yeah, you're just not on the same path as me, buddy. Because to these people is, well, I do walk on a narrow path. You know, one time I tried to sneak out of my house and I got back in at 4 a.m. and I woke up my baby sister, you know, and my parents were mad. I was just trying to walk my own path and be out and have fun. Fucking pussies, bro. They never tried to keep working on a skill for years while everyone around them told them to stop. While everyone around them just shrugged it off. They never tried to build a business while everyone around them, their hometown, was sharing their videos, laughing at them. Motherfuckers don't do shit. And even the people who do try and relate, what? Well, you know, I tried that one business and then I stopped, so yeah. No, someone who's relentless, someone who actually tries, and someone who actually gets results understands. These are the only people who can understand. So if you're out there right now, drop what's holding you back. Drop the bullshit vices. Stop the coping. If someone feels off in your life, get rid of them immediately. Don't do any of the soft shit. Well, I've known them and, you know, they're not really that bad. That's the worst thing. That bad. That habit isn't that bad. That person isn't that bad. That girl relationship isn't that bad. This is how people stay stuck. My job isn't that bad. Fuck that shit, man. Because I always believe my life needs to be exactly how I need it to be. And that was my wake-up call 2 months ago, you know. I dropped the fucking vice. I quit smoking cold turkey for the first time in years. Daily stoner for years. I've had so much mental clarity and energy and just feeling happier. But I never would have done it if my life didn't get so off. Because I was truly starting to feel horrible. Like I said, drinking in the morning, smoking every single day, all day. And no one would have known, really. No one would have known. But one thing my mom told me is, no one checks on strong people. So you just gotta stay, like I said, life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. And I'm so glad I dropped the bullshit vices. You know, I got right back on track. I got rid of the comfort in my life. It's early as fuck right now. I'm still up every single day, 7 days a week grinding. Not because I want to, but because I need to. I have to for my future. I cannot let comfort and ease ruin the path I'm on. And you shouldn't either. If you're just getting started on your personal development journey, or if you're doing pretty good for yourself, it doesn't matter. You cannot afford to listen to the voice of, this is good enough. I'm going to stop and chill. That's what the average person does. Chill every weekend at the fucking bars, doing nothing, chilling right after work, back to the same cycle 24/7. You can't, and once you rise to newer levels in life, the downfall is way faster. The average fucker has nowhere to fall to. He's already at the bottom. Us ambitious men who are gaining success, we have shit to lose. So we have to stay on it. We have to keep fucking going. We have to keep dominating, baby. Let's go.